It's 3 a.m. You are staring at the ceiling, and your brain is on fire. You are replaying a conversation from 10 hours ago. You're reciting the perfect comeback you should have said. You're agonizing over why you froze, why you let them disrespect you, and why you just stood like a deer in the headlights while they raised their voice. Society, and perhaps your own inner critic, has labeled this reaction. They call you passive. They call you timid. Maybe you've even convinced yourself that you are weak. But what if I told you that you aren't weak? What if I told you that freezing during a confrontation is not a system failure, but a sign of a highly advanced evolutionary operating system? You don't lack courage. You suffer from high-fidelity threat assessment. And today, we are going to learn how to weaponize it. The amygdala override. When someone attacks you verbally, using what psychology calls rage bait, your brain detects a threat to your social survival. For the average person, this triggers a loud, messy fight response. They scream back. They escalate. But for you, something different happens. Research by Daniel Goleman on the Amygdala Hijack suggests that in highly intelligent, sensitive people, the brain doesn't just react, it pauses to process. You aren't freezing because you're empty. You are freezing because your brain is downloading gigabytes of data, tone, microexpressions, future consequences, all in a split second. You possess a diplomat's mind. While they are playing checkers, throwing pieces across the board, your brain is trying to set up a chessboard. You aren't slow. You are deliberate. The trap of low-status reactivity. Here is the harsh truth about social dynamics. We are wired to believe that the loudest person in the room is the dominant one. But social dominance theory suggests the exact opposite. Think of the animal kingdom. The small, insecure animal makes the most noise. The apex predator is often silent until the very last moment. When you rush to defend yourself, you are signaling that the attacker's opinion has value. You are validating their frame. By not reacting immediately, you are subconsciously signaling that their chaos does not affect your internal order. Your silence is not submission. It is a refusal to lower your status to meet theirs. The mirror void technique. So, how do you handle disrespect without saying a word? You use a technique derived from the gray rock method, but we take it a step further. We call it the mirror void. When someone tries to use rage bait on you, they're looking for a surface to bounce their anger off of. If you get angry, you reflect their energy. Instead, become a void. Maintain prolonged eye contact. Do not frown. Do not smile. Relax your jaw. Research on nonverbal power dynamics shows that silence combined with eye contact triggers a primal uncertainty, alarm in the aggressor's brain. They expect resistance. When they find a void, they become terrified of what is hiding in the dark. The biological sentinel. Let's talk about that feeling you get after the argument. The replaying, the regret. You call this rumination. Psychology calls this predictive processing. Your brain is running simulations. It is taking the data from a conflict and running thousands of scenarios to ensure that next time you are prepared. The average mind forgets a conflict and learns nothing. Your complex mind preserves the data to build a better defense system. You aren't obsessing. You are training. The sovereign pause. The biggest lie you've been told is that you must answer immediately. Why are you quiet? Did you hear me? The most powerful thing you can do is embrace the sovereign pause. This is the moment where you override the urge to please or appease. By waiting 3 seconds longer than comfortable before speaking, you regain control of the temporal dynamics of the conversation. You force them to wait for you. You turn your slowness into a power move. So, the next time you feel that freeze response, or the next time you lie awake at night replaying a battle, stop punishing yourself. You do not have a broken processor. You have a high-security system designed to protect a very sensitive, very intelligent core. You are not a coward for thinking before you strike. You are a strategist waiting for the perfect move. If you are ready to stop reacting and start commanding respect through silence, I want you to drop a emoji brain in the comments below. Let's see how many of us are operating on this higher frequency. Now that you've mastered the defense, you need the offense. In the next video, We're going to discuss the exact 3 words that dismantle a narcissist instantly. You won't want to miss that.